Hey there, Mr. Johnson. It is Monday, May 28th, and as the audience does not know, it is also Sister Johnson's birthday. She turned 25 yesterday, and Steve and I got together and decided that our sister deserved to get a radio for her birthday because the current radio in her car does not have the capabilities of playing an iPod. So, as part of the present, I offered to install it in the vehicle for my sister, which involved going out there in really hot weather. It was very humid and we steamed up the windows, which gave the wrong impression to our neighbors. So as we began on installing, which was much more complicated than it should have been because they wanted to have a seamless finish on the front console of the vehicle, we finally got to the point where we had taken out the entire front console, but not yet the radio, because that was significantly more complicated than removing the console. The radio required the removal of 8 screws from the console to get access to begin to remove the radio. And then we had to loosen 8 more screws just so that the sides of the radio could be loose enough so that we could wedge the radio out. So now that we had finally removed this radio, we brought the old one inside and brought the new one out and plugged it in and everything. And as you can see by this, our fortunes were not very good today. So we turned on the car and the radio didn't turn on. So we brought the new radio back inside, we checked the wiring that we had done, and found that we had done everything according to the directions, which means that something is wrong. And then we found a minor note in the directions that said, if you have this certain kind of vehicle, which it didn't define, you actually had to connect one of the wires to some random wire that it doesn't actually tell you the location of. So because this didn't go in, we had to put the old one back in, which made our sister very unhappy because she was really looking forward to being able to play MP3s in her car, and that took, you know, just as much time to replace the radio. So overall, this whole ordeal took about 4 hours to remove the radio and then replace the radio. So Dad's gonna try and figure out what's wrong with the wiring on this one so that perhaps this weekend Jen will have the radio that was supposed to only take 20 minutes of her Monday to install. Yay. So Steve, I'll see you tomorrow.